Hey guys, welcome back for another day. I'm so glad you can be here with me to move and breathe with yourself on your own mat, in your own space. Today's practice is going to be a nice gentle one, focusing on navigating through our body, through our breath, through our mind. So we're aligning everything as one and doing it with an ease. So we're going to get started on our back. So if you'd like to join me, gently coming down to lie down on your back. The knees are pointing up to the sky. The feet can be as wide as the yoga mat, and maybe you allow the knees to drop in. And both hands are placed on the left and the right side of the belly. And we're just going to start by centering into this moment by taking a nice wide breath. So a lateral as well as forward and back breath into our belly. And as you exhale, I want you to see if you can navigate the softening of your body with love or with ease. So just being in this moment, welcoming maybe some new energy to fill you up. As you breathe into your palms and breathe back out into the world. So your eyes may be closed. Your shoulders relax, your jaw nice and loose, maybe move it around. And as you check in with yourself, you begin to witness, observe your belly expanding and contracting. Taking a couple more breaths here on your own, at your own pace. Maybe breathing in solely through the nose, or alternating between the nose and the breath. And then on your next inhale, I invite you to bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Squeeze those legs in towards you. Exhale to arrive into this posture. And then maybe you begin to do a soft sway from left to right, massaging that lower back. And again, as you come into this posture, just see if you can navigate it with an ease. So when you first arrive, you get nice and comfortable. You release your thoughts and you just come to feel into your body. So listening to the feedback that is coming forth. And once you can step into that moment without resistance, just staying present, that is when you can direct your breath down into the space So for this posture, breathing into your pelvic region, expanding your belly against your thighs, feeling the front of the hip flexors become compressed. And as you exhale, some part of your body releases, some space frees up, and you begin to go deeper into this moment. And then wherever you are, come back to stillness. Drop the hands out to the side in a T shape. And then drop the legs over to the left, coming into a nice supine twist. And we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So maybe you turn your gaze to face over your right shoulder, getting a nice stretch in the neck as well. And as you sink deeper into the body, navigating that breath down towards your pelvic region, twisting from the thoracic spine, from the belly button, inhaling and exhaling very easily. And then in your own pace, bring the legs through center on an inhale. And on an exhale, the legs drop to the right. Gaze can come over the left shoulder. And we begin to breathe into our body, just noticing if we're holding on to any tension. If you are, pinpoint that area, breathe into it. And exhale, you maybe say to yourself, release. One more breath cycle in through the nose. As you exhale, contract the belly, let everything soften. Engage the core, squeeze the legs into the chest. Inhale, come back through center. And then as you exhale, you rock back and forth along the spine. Very slowly. A nice gentle massage. Maybe you stay when your legs are back over your head, getting a nice stretch in the upper neck and back. Just really taking your time, not rushing, staying patient. And then when you come up into an upright position, cross the legs over, and we're going to come in to all fours, knees underneath the hips, fingertips spread wide, shoulders are over the palms, and we're not sinking down in our belly. We've got a slight core engagement, so we're drawing the navel to the spine. And from here, we're just going to start with a few cat-cows. So dropping the belly, we inhale to push away, expand our chest and heart up to the sky. Exhale, you tuck the chin in first, so leading with the neck, and then you begin to round, creating a dome shape in the upper back. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, tuck the chin in, round the back. One more on your own, moving very slowly, focusing on the little movements in between as you begin to connect the dots between each pose.
as you exhale to come into cat pose, stay in cat pose, bring the hands a tiny bit forward, tuck the toes under, take an inhale, keep your back and your chin nice and rounded, and as you exhale, you bring your bum back towards your heels and you gently peel yourself up into that downward facing dog. Feeling every nuance of the body, bending one knee to start and then the other. Just inviting some nice, gentle and soft movements. Breathing in deep and long. And then I invite you to drop that left heel, bend that right knee, lift up the right heel, and guide the right knee gently in to center, so towards the left, and you're going to twist your heart space out towards the left, so your gaze is under your left armpit. And you're feeling a nice stretch in the left hip, so press firmly away with that left palm. Take a deep inhale and exhale to come back to center, and this time drop the right heel, lift up the left heel, come onto the tippy toes of the left foot, the left knee draws in towards the right side, and you come to gaze underneath your right armpit, pressing firmly into that right palm. Take a deep inhale, exhale, come back to center. Inhale to rock forward into a plank pose. Very slowly, upper arms are rotating out as if downward facing dog. The shoulder is protracting like in cat pose. Core is engaged. We're turning on the abdominals just for a little bit. It's always good to build some fire. And the heels are reaching back and away from us, so the whole legs are engaged. The thighs are squeezing together, glutes are turned on. And then take a deep inhale here, press away from the earth. Exhale to lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. And this time, listen carefully, we're going to bring the hands slightly off the mat, bending the elbows. Forehead kisses the mat. Tuck the feet come hip distance apart and press firmly into the tops of the toes, especially the big toe. That will activate your glutes and support your lower back. So inhale to lift up, straighten the arms, gaze comes forward. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, final one. Exhale, lower back down. The palms come underneath the shoulders. We tuck the toes under and we lift up either through a tabletop or plank position, and then we move into our downward facing dog. And then as you arrive in downward facing dog, just beginning to navigate your breath one last time. Taking deep inhales, long exhales. And then you're going to ground down through that left heel. Inhale, reach the right heel up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee. The right heel comes towards the left buttocks or the right buttocks. And this time you're going to gaze, as you open that right hip up, you're going to gaze underneath your left armpit and try and look towards that right heel. And as you breathe here, you press firmly into that left heel, stacking the hips if you can, opening it up, pressing firmly into the palms. And then inhale, come back to your three-leg dog. Exhale, lower back down, downward facing dog. And we'll take it to the other side straight away. So inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, open hip. Gaze comes under the right armpit. Pressing firmly into that right heel. The left heel is coming towards the right buttocks. And you're flexing through that left foot as well, so protecting the left knee. And then take a deep inhale here, press firmly into the palms, square the shoulders to the front of the mat. And exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale to come back to three-leg dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees on that same exhale. The knees come out wide, the big toes to touch. And we're just going to melt our body down to the earth. And as you come down into a wide leg child's pose, coming onto the fingertips of the palms. So your chest is gently lifted. You're finding a nice stretch from the wrist creases through the armpits, down towards the hips. So the whole front and side bodies are getting a nice big stretch. And your bum is reaching down towards your heels. Very little activation here. Taking some nice cleansing and nourishing breaths. Slowing it all down. And when you're ready, inhale to press yourself back up to an upright position. We bring the knees to touch. And we're just going to end here. So, ending in a little seated meditation. Either sitting on the heels, or if that's uncomfortable, come to sit cross-legged. And just allowing the hands to rest on the knees. Or in the lap, facing up or facing down. And before we end, we're just going to take some neck circles, so carving a line with the nose. One way, and then the other. Just checking in with this space above our heart. And then come back to that neutral position. Back to this experience. And just begin to check in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling. Has anything changed from the moment you stepped onto the mat to now? And how were you at navigating your thoughts, your feelings, your breath, your body, your movement, the connection between each move? How did you think you went? Is this something that you can transmute out into your daily life? Navigating your life with an ease, checking in, not all the time, but just times when you have lost your breath. So just something to think about when you move off the mat today. Being aware if you can navigate your own life with the freedom of expression. One that is loving and appreciative. Take a couple more breaths here. Keep your eyes nice and closed. Your awareness is inside the body. And I'll end on this note, so bring the palms into the heart.
just bow down to your experience today. Thanking yourself for taking the time to show up, to make it your own practice, to guide yourself lovingly and compassionately. And also for making the choice to give back to yourself today. That's something that is so crucial, and I honor you for taking that step towards bettering yourself. So thank you so much for sharing your time and energy. From my heart to yours, namaste.